Okay. Guys. How can I be the first one here?
Oh, okay, hold on.
That's all.
Yes, darling.
How do you even move around? Clearly I don't. It's okay. Yeah.
Yes, let's do this. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Unfiltered. We are so glad to have you watching.
Yeah.
Listen, guys. Today's chat, it's very, very tricky.
Come on now.
Because this is a very predominantly black culture. And I get that a lot of people really don't understand it. So maybe we'll try to clarify it in the best way we can, as young as we are, for you guys. And we're going to have the talk about LOBOLA, the very notorious LOBOLA. LOBOLA basically is the practice of black custom, or African, let me put it like that, African custom, where if a boy wants to marry a woman, or a guy wants, let me not say a boy because they'll be a man wants to marry a woman, and he decides that, okay, come on, let me write a letter, and then they send it to the girl's family, and they tell them that we want to come in December, September, whenever, and we want to come and talk about the bride price, LOBOLA. Ranyaka, we want your daughter, and we want to marry her into our family as a makoti. So the family comes, and obviously the discussions are had. There's a lot of things that are put on the table that give you your worth as a woman. And at the end of the day, they pay that price either in cattle or money, which for nowadays a lot of it is money because it's very ancient to bring cattle. So
It's ancient.
it's very ancient.
Yeah.
So yes, that's what happens, and then bam, you're welcomed into that family. Customarily, that is the official marriage in African custom.
Exactly.
The white wedding is something that we do, but it's not really our culture. So after that, you're officially makoti. You're married.
I just want to highlight, you're not buying me, okay?
Yes.
People, I don't know where they got this whole facade that LOBOLA is buying the bride. I don't know what Western literature, what Western discourse made you think that it's a buying.
It translates to buying.
It's not buying legit. It's almost thanking the family and saying we're wanting to, I don't know,
it's
opening our
family.
hearts to your family because of the individual that we're wanting to now adopt into our family.
And you
That's
basically,
exactly
another
what
thing
it
is that you're, as you're paying this, it's almost like, okay, so we're trying to fill the gap, the void of taking this person away from your family. It's not a buying thing, we're just simply attempting to, it could be seen as that way, as you filling the void for the family.
LOBOLA covers a lot does. LOBOLA covers a lot of the expenses of the wedding. So I don't want people seeing it as buying. It's very awkward for me because it genuinely is not. It's just a gift, like she said. It really is just a gift. My family, the husband saying, thank you for this flower that we're about to pick.
And what you've done.
And we're about to welcome the family, exactly.
Would you guys say that, you know, people have turned it into a monetary transaction? Because here we are loboling somebody for 100,000 rand, and for some people it's like, that's outrageous. Like, why would you say you want 100,000 rand? For example, for somebody would say 20,000 rand is enough because I'm just thanking you for raising this person.
I think the
price, how do we then gauge, at what point do we say now you're selling your child for real? Because now I'm paying back her education, I'm paying back all these things that you did for her, which rightfully so you should have done, you know.
I don't know,
how do we gauge it?
I think first of all, in personally in our family, we don't ever know the price. You should never know how much the family paid for you, or what the transaction. That transaction is never shared. You never know. Your spouse should never whisper in your ear in the middle of the night. So remember when I paid X amount?
Just throw it in your face.
Throw it in your face.
But that's, you know.
We know.
I'm sure you guys know.
No, but I
personally how much
yes.
But not you, the person.
As the bride.
No.
Your bride
But I
not
mean,
know.
The family would know.
The family knows, and
family
that's
would
fine, but the bride mustn't know. And I feel like there should never ever be a point where it turns into I'm selling you, because the custom has never been like that.
It's not that.
The part of the story is that if you of a wealthy background, if you feel like I want to give you this much, it equates to the way I feel about her. I could only imagine equating it to this. I'm going to give you this.
But
sometimes it could be No, but actually I can't afford to, and I still love her quite deeply. Nonetheless, I'm still giving you 10, 15.
Which I also feel like should be discussed beforehand between the couple, because you're gonna go back and tell your parents that, tell your father that you must make sure that our malume abaceli and him is amount, because
but economically
for the ABC, you know what I'm saying?
In saying that you're right, you're very right in that they should have a conversation with your man, but in that when the man goes back and to report to the uncles, he doesn't like his place in the roster, in the ranking is very
very
so when he comes back to say, they're gonna be like, okay, we don't really care about your opinion. So I suggest that someone on the wife's side, a representative, should go with the husband to speak to the uncle to say that, listen, this is the situation, the living situation. I've been sent by the bride to say, can we acknowledge the living situation that they are?
I don't even think that's
I think my family seriously.
Like, have you seen how Lobola has actually broken a lot of families? Because at the end of the day, this is why it breaks families. Because at the end of the day, they forget what it's about.
Exactly.
It's about your child marrying the person they love.
Yes.
But the only thing that's stopping them from being together is because you guys are turning this entire Lobola into an investment and a transaction.
Yes.
Remember that they have to build a life after this.
Yes.
And remember that they have to make a wedding day.
Even with your white wedding, how you view transactions in your family and in the whole process of from engagement onwards, it's money now. It's conversation of money.
Which is exactly why
you're this.
For me, in the negotiation, you need to have people who know you.
Yes.
And the people that respect you.
And respect the families.
People who see you. People know Oleta. I can't have Abu Malume who are never seen me in their lives to come
they're
now.
Cashing in.
They come stocks and 100,000.
Exactly. And now he's talking about things that are just like as down. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to have people who have your best interests at heart.
When I actually just had
have
this chat with my mom the other day. I'm like, some people come here but like, what would you do? She's like, I don't want the money. And I'm like, okay, then what do you want? What would you want? And I'm just gonna put a bill here and say, this is where I want my daughter's wedding to be. This is how much it's gonna cost.
Yes, that's a good
Here it
plan.
is. Thank you very much.
Wedding.
I'll see you guys at the wedding.
see you guys there.
That's a good idea though. Okay. How do you guys feel about ranking the bride? So the reason why we're charging this match is because she doesn't have a child. She's a virgin. She went to this school. She went to a private school. She went to varsity. I think ranking and increasing it because of that.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
It hacks me. It hacks me and it gets me very, very hot. But at the same time, that's when you're right. The family drama comes into play.
Yeah.
Because then you start categorizing and it's a hierarchy now. Like, oh, okay, she belongs in this cluster. I think that's the problem. But I don't think we should undersell and undervalue an educated woman. I don't think you should undersell and undervalue a woman that, honestly speaking, if she has been able to make her own and you're meeting her at 30 and now we're having, she's a doctor.
Value her.
She's a doctor.
Yes.
She's a value. She's a very tax-paying consumer in the world. Don't undermine that she's capable and she's able.
But just to correct you there, regardless of the title in front of the name, for the fact that she's achieved something in life should be enough.
Let
alone the title. It shouldn't be because Mang's a secretary, Mang's a doctor.
But then
the fact that she's achieved in life and she's making a path
I hear you,
for herself.
I get that, but the reality of it is it's never seen like that.
that.
Your achievements are ranked, guys. Whether you want to be blunt about it or not, achievements are ranked. If you're a doctor and you're a cleaner, but doctor, you will give me money more. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That is just the reality of the ranking of Lobola, which I understand. I mean, we have to have. Otherwise, where's our starting point?
Yeah.
55,000 rand. We're all gonna have the same bank. It's just also how your bank use you.
I think that's where drama comes in.
I think, and for me personally, when I look at Lobola, like if I genuinely think about what it means for me personally, I just think it's a blend of two families.
Exactly.
A blend of me saying that I want to join that family, but at the same time I want you guys to go with me as my family and be joining and becoming one. We're going to support each other through deaths, through marriages. We're going to attend each other's things.
True.
And the merge is me.
Is most important.
And him. And so let's remember that the merge is me and him.
Too. And the biggest thing is that you can probably procreate. And so you're creating a communicating lineage.
Yes. The two of us.
That's Lobola.
So to remember that at the end of the day.
And yourself. How do you view it?
For
you, what does it Lobola
for me,
and how have you interpreted it?
I want Lobola. First of all, first and foremost, I come from a very traditional family. As much as we do mixed religion, everything very very traditional. My dad is very traditional, and just in respect to those things, I feel like Lobola is just one of the very few things that we still keep, that is our culture, you know what I'm saying? Very, very few things. A lot of things we've just tossed away. We've obviously been mixed into the Western culture, and we're predominantly Western now. And I love the essence of a lobola, and just the essence of a black marriage. It is so beautiful, and how the two families come together, and everything just around Umshado is so nice. Beautiful. And lobola is just the first step. Also, it's just, my husband, like, look at me. This is the flower that you want to marry, and this is the first step of us for the rest of our lives. And that's how I feel about it. I really want it. The essence of lobola.
It's not even about the money. I think
not even about the money.
What we're doing.
Just what we're doing. Just having the whole in-walk and everything. Having my uncles and their uncles and just our family. Also, just the interaction of our families also. You know what I'm saying? It feels so good. And you are in that back room scared as fuck. Like, I wonder how much they're gonna charge. Like,
and you sweating.
So just that whole process for me.
I'm definitely for lobola. My mom always jokes and she's like, I'm gonna make them sweat. But no, I think my family would definitely respect it and respect the other family coming into my family or vice versa. So I love it. I love the process of it. I really love the embracing my traditional side in doing that process, that ceremony. I think it's so beautiful, having watched and gone to KZN and watched several and partaking in several. Just the guitaring, the getting dressed. Guys, Zulu traditional attire for me. I cannot wait. I'm going to stand. Remember these hips. These hips. Honestly and truly, I cannot wait. I really, really cannot wait. So I'm for that day. I'm so excited about it. I love it. I understand it, and I acknowledge and appreciate the process of lobola.
I completely agree with everything that has been said right now, and I definitely, the biggest thing for my family is that it's one of the very last things that we can practice, traditions and customs that we definitely practice and respect. And so lobola is very, very important to us. And actually, that for me, in my head, I view it as that's a marriage, like we're married. Our white wedding is for fun and keeks, and it's a good time, and I want us to have a good time. And I want us to have a good time, but for me, that is the definition of you are married now. Because number one, all the marriages thus far in my family, number one was the lobola. We need to organize that and sort that out first. And actually, a lot of the time, we never actually even got to the white wedding. It ended and began at the end of the day. So that is how we have viewed it. And a huge thing that we have to now, in my family, interpret, I guess, is that there's majority women. Although unfortunately a lot of the men have died and have
R.I.P. to the rest,
have gone on greener pastures perhaps. And so now we need to interpret in terms of there's majority women in the family. How do we interpret that? And that is a discussion that we are going to have have a bit later on in life, because it's a tough one, because no one's there yet, and it hasn't been done thus far from my grandparents' side and everything. They were alive, they were still kicking, but now we have very, very, very few.
And that's where my question was going to come. Question for the table is how you guys feel with the fact that men are the ones who do the proceedings and never women, and how some people try to mix it up, have like one woman there, whatever, but like it's predominantly men. How do you guys feel about that? Like, is it important to you? Like, you still want to do your uncles, or would you like for it to be your aunt, or because your aunts know you better, or whatever?
I think honestly, for me, is past. I can't judge past customs and practices. We genuinely can't. I think we have a leg to stand on, but a lot of the time to judge that, because of the times. It was a different time, different era, different everything. So that's fine. But in terms of, I think it's about the family. The reality is that, it seems that these people were raised majority by women, and now we can't have some estranged uncle come and try to do this ceremony. Just then let the people who were there raise this child, who raised this woman, let them do it because they were there. Unfortunately, Mr. Malume Mangman, he can't. He just can't.
Like he
doesn't know.
Yeah.
And so that must, and I hope that the family that I married into, I hope if that's written in God, if that's for me, if it's for me and he wants that for me, if that's the case, I hope the family that I married into, I hope they're very okay with the fact that you will see women.
I come from
I hope they're good with that.
I think also means going to be 3 because I'm not really sure. Like my family on my dad's side, I don't know my dad's, so I'm depending on my mom's side of the family. So I think there's only one uncle left on my mom's side of the family that can do the proceedings. So when it comes to me getting married, whenever that stage is, spoken to the stars, God he's still there, then okay, cool, maybe he'll like orchestrate everything. But I think I'd be very dependent on my male cousins still, like, because I value their opinion, like them observing another male, like, like sussing them out, like
that is important.
I need that. For me, I need that. I need at least 2-3 males just to be like, you better recognize. And the rest I want it definitely to be cousins that know me super, super well. I just want people that know me well together. Whether it's cousins, aunts,
doesn't matter.
People that know me well and that can respect my views in terms of don't push it, guys. Just make it what it is about, and that's love. The love between 2 people.
Yourself, Mercy.
I don't know. Like honestly, when I think, I don't know if it's our culture or it's just different for us, but it's never been about gender. Like I've seen my aunties, my uncles all going. Like that's just always been
what you've seen.
I've always seen my aunts going like Borahad by.
That's
because
beautiful.
my dad's, well, from your father's side, they are the ones who are allowed to go. So that's what I've seen, and I don't think it will change ever. It's never changed.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for the conversation. Thank you for your opinions, and I personally am very excited to know that we are women who stand for love. We are women who stand for.
We stand for love.
We're ready to attend these weddings.
Exactly, and we really stand. It's a merging. I think that came up over and over and over again. It's merging. So very excited to know that. And
we want to hear your comments. What do you guys think about it? Does it matter? Does it not? You know,
down below, let us know. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, notification.
Come on now. What do you